Welcome. Today I'm going to share the story of how I use Kata for good. My name is Maria Sanchez and my Kata story is cleaning for my mental health. What is Kata for good? The KGG is a global community of women learning to think and act scientifically and aiming to have a positive impact on our world. Kata for Good is a challenge we have been working on. We want to share examples of how our members are using Kata to improve their world within their own personal lives, their communities, and within their workplaces. Because we believe this could inspire others to also think and act scientifically. This story is one of those stories that we want to share. This was my first ever time being a learner, an improvement Kata learner. My learning group was myself, Maria Sanchez, my coach, Susan Clancy, and my second coach, Pia Head. My challenge was, wouldn't it be wonderful if by June 20th, I have a maintainable way to ensure that my house is always clean and tidy, taking no more than 45 minutes a day, measured by the sense of peace I get when I enter a room and how I feel if I had unexpected visitors, so that I can be more joyful and increase my sense of accomplishment, enjoying the process and not just the final result. And I had a little rallying crowd for myself that is cleaning for my mental health. Grasping my current condition. For me, this was my first eye-opener of the process. If you had asked me before I started the challenge if I had a process for cleaning, I would have said no. Because I really didn't like cleaning. My cleaning was sporadic and I didn't think I had a pattern. But when I stopped and observed what I was doing and reflecting of the steps that I was doing, I realized that I did follow a pattern, that I could create an operating pattern of my actual process. The whole process of cleaning was really daunting for me. And during grasping the current condition, I created a little drawing of my house, of the rooms, and I gave them numbers. And that simple act of giving them numbers, it made that suddenly it wasn't as daunting because now I was looking at individual rooms versus the whole house. And it made the process so much easier. My first started condition, I decided that I wanted to have a daily cleaning pattern and a weekly cleaning pattern. During the daily cleaning pattern, I was really going to focus on tidying. I was going to tidy the rooms, taking things that don't belong into the room outside of the room and tidying the things that belong to the room within the room. During this started condition, I thought that my feelings were very important. So I was also checking how I felt before I was cleaning every room. During my weekly cleaning, I was going to do anything but tidying. So I was going to clean my surfaces, vacuum, wash the floor. During this started condition, I had certain metrics to help me. So my process metrics were the time that took me to take things out that didn't belong to a room, the time to tidy the room, the things that belong to the room in the room, how I felt before cleaning. My outcome metrics was my total daily time of cleaning, my total weekend time, if I felt accomplished or not, if I adhered to the sequence. So I had numbered my rooms, so I wanted to follow a pattern when I was cleaning and count how rooms I was cleaning every day. Some of the obstacles that I had. One of my obstacles was that there were too many things to clean in every room during my weekly cleaning. The more I cleaned, the more I saw. And I wanted to clean everything. And it was making my weekly cleaning so much longer than 2 hours. So what I decided to do is I decided to create a weekly schedule. So I didn't have to clean every single aspect of my house every single day, every single week. So I decided to do 4-week schedule where I would say, okay, this week I'm going to clean these things, this week is going to clean those things. So that's how I overcame that obstacle. And that made that my cleaning when at the weekend wasn't 2 hours anymore, it was much less. Another obstacle that I overcame is that for this challenge, I was really adamant that I wanted to do this on my own. I was the one that I wanted to clean. I was the one that I was going to do the cleaning. So I was doing it all myself. However, my family sometimes clean. And what was happening is that I didn't know when they were cleaning. And because I was so focused on cleaning, we were cleaning the same things twice. So what we did is I created a cleaning schedule. So I would write down a cleaning schedule that was there visible. And when somebody cleaned something, they would just write a line across. So I knew that had been cleaned. And then I didn't have to clean it again. My results out of this: creating the pattern and breaking the cycle. We met 4 days a week for 8 weeks. And that for me was really important because it really helped me create the pattern and creating the routine and breaking the cycle of not wanting to clean. It was life changing. I went from being really ashamed of my house to being able to take two Ukrainian refugees. I wouldn't have been able to do that without this challenge. I was so ashamed of how my house was looking that I hated having visitors. I would have never been able to have somebody I didn't know living with me. So, and it was a very rewarding experience to be able to take in the two Ukrainian girls that were with me. So I'm really happy that I was able to do that. We had 4 target conditions before I achieved the challenge. And each target condition was like a little epiphany for myself. I realized that like during my first target condition, I said that I wanted to clean 45 minutes a day. And I didn't want to clean more than 45 minutes a day. But then I realized, actually, some days I just want to clean more because I'm in the zone, I'm cleaning. So 45 minutes a day is not that important. Some days I'm going to clean an hour and the next day I might clean less. So every target condition I evolve, I got to know myself and my challenge. What were my needs and how could I make this work and make this sustainable? And another result that was very important for me is that I got my boss and my colleagues interested in kata. I really wanted to bring kata into the workplace. And by having a challenge that people could relate to, they could follow me. I kept talking about it, about my board, my what I was doing, and everybody was asking me. And suddenly they thought, maybe this kata, there is something in there. And that for me was huge. Some of my key learnings, what I thought was important. As I say, I thought that I had to feel a certain way before I started my cleaning process. Otherwise, it wasn't going to be maintainable. During this process, I realized my feelings weren't that important. I changed my relationships toward cleaning from I really hate this to this is what I do to clear my head. It's like other people go for a walk, I clean. And you know the way sometimes before you go for a walk, you don't really want to, but you still do it and then you feel great. That's what happened to me with cleaning. So yeah, sometimes I don't feel like cleaning, but I still do it and I feel great afterwards. So that was a really important learning for me. I learned that I should have really engaged my customers. My family had lots of good ideas and it would have saved me loads of time. But I was so focused that I wanted to do this myself that I actually didn't bring them into the equation towards, I think it was nearly my fourth target condition. And they had such great ideas. They gave me the, like my first board where I was writing what we were cleaning was handwritten. And then they said, but we had I prefer to have something on paper that I can bring around. And if I have engaged my customers from the beginning, it would have been so much easier. And my own willpower. This challenge really helped me realize that I'm so much stronger than I thought I was, that I can achieve something that if I put my mind to it, I can achieve it. I am so thankful that I was able to do this, and so thankful to the KGG for allowing me for helping me through this challenge. It was really, really amazing. And like I have kept, this hasn't, like, it didn't, when the learning group finished, it's not that this finished. I have kept it going. I have kept my list going. Now I have put it into Excel. I love Excel, so I put it into Excel. So everything is there. It has how often I have to clean, when is due the next cleaning. So every week I just put my date, and it gives me my cleaning rota. I just stick it on the fridge, and we all tick as we clean. It's also made that I don't have to keep thinking, what do I have to clean? What's next? I just go into my list, it gives it to me, and I put it there. And I would have been able to do that if I haven't done that. So this was my challenge. I hope you have enjoyed it, and thank you for listening. Everybody has to clean one way or another. Anybody knows, and it really, really helped me. Like, we are still, I think it's nearly a year, and I still have my rota stock on my fridge. I'm still doing it every week. It was something that was really bringing me down. So I'm so happy I did it. I started knowing nothing, so I didn't know anything about katas. It gives such a framework, safe framework, that you don't really have to worry. What I love is that you don't take things personally. They ask you, the coaching questions, and you know what they're going to ask you. So there is nothing personal about it, in the sense that, sometimes you feel a bit awkward because they're asking you a question and you're thinking, am I going to answer right or wrong? There is no right and wrong question. You're just doing, and I love that. I learned loads with my first learning group. I learned loads more with my second learning group, and I thought I knew. Now that I'm coaching, now I realize I really didn't know that much. Now is when I'm learning.